Hello, AJ. How are you? Tell me a good story. Hello, Bobby. Chris. Darius. Dustin. Hello. I'm okay, Frank. I got this neon light beside me. Excuse me. Hold on, let me turn this down. All right, now we look normal. I was a little under the weather, but I'm back. I'm back now. I had the kindergarten crud. Hello, Darrell. What's everybody been doing? Enjoying this cool weather snap? We had to break out the sweatshirts. I did, Dustin. I couldn't resist. As soon as I saw it, so I got to send this to Builder Dude. I love getting pictures. I don't care if they're little peckerheads. Fish. Still 76. That's strange. Got my boat back for half a day. Had to send a trim unit back to Florida to be rebuilt again. Was that the problem the first time? Did you get a bad... Did you initially get a trim unit fixed and then you got it back and it was still bad? It did get down to Frank, you would be surprised, dude. It gets if it's like below 70, like 68, it's definitely like girls are in UGG boots and sweatshirts. Wow. Sent the trim unit, get the trim unit back. The trim unit is still dicked up. That's pretty bad luck. They must not want you to fishing. Must not want you fishing with this nice weather we're having. It's never going to cool off. AJ, you don't want it to cool off, dude. You don't want it to cool off. Then your paint's never going to dry. $2,500 to have a trim unit rebuilt. Can't find a used one on Bass Boat Central or eBay or something. It was in the 50s. Time to crank your hog. Fishing doesn't get good until the water temp. Oh, you're talking about fishing, not life, not actual work and stuff. A new one is $3,600 for a trim. Holy shit. I need to get into rebuilding those things. Can't be that hard. Cannot be that hard. There's nothing to them. I mean, they're not that big a deal. Right? Yeah. I might need to pivot and get into Trimcraft. Trimcraft. Sounds like a smarter idea. And you wouldn't have to send it to Florida. You send it to me. And I wouldn't charge you $2,500. Charge you $2,400. Smallest 5 1v1 against Hellabass. There you go. Did he start the small bass tournament? Is that a thing now? Is it becoming a reality? Cold, no humidity. This is true. This is true. It is nice. Nice and dry. Hadn't rained here in about a week. It is nice and dry. I even blew off some leaves in the yard, and I blew more dust up in the air than I did actual leaves. It was like a dust storm. It does seem high. It does seem high. Jeremy, that's what I thought for a trim unit. Seems high. I have to look into that. How to rebuild one of those damn things. What's next on the drop menu? These things have been giving me trouble. So a guy sent these in to have them painted. The bait is a muscle deep jackal. So I think I talked about this previously. The issue with these is that on these chrome ones, the gold chrome specifically, the clear coat does not stick to the bait. So if I just scuffed it up and I painted it, and the dude got a little bit of rash, the stock clear coat is going to come up. And then when the stock clear coat comes up, my paint comes up. And then it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and the paint comes off. So I have to get the clear coat off of these. And I guess the guy found the like mother load of the gold ones, because he sent 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he said 20 of the gold ones. So I've been having to navigate how to the best way to get that clear coat off. But I have a way, and I think I will show you on Instagram later. I made a little video of how I go about doing that. And the funny thing about that video, AJ, you'll probably get a kick out of this, is that people will probably see it and they'll rush out and they'll use this technique and it won't work. Because it only works on certain baits and certain clear coats. So it's very similar to the cracker thing, the saltine cracker, spraying through the cracker. I guarantee people tried that. But it will work. Obviously, I have video confirmation of this technique working. And Jeremy, it's kind of juicy, but it doesn't show the whole story. It just shows a little bit of it. And like I said, it doesn't work on everything. It works on these because I know what these are going to do. But it will get you by in a bind if you got to. If you're in a bind. And it doesn't work for paint so much as it does clear coat. Like if you need to strip the clear coat off of something that's not sticking very good, like if you know you have a clear coat that doesn't stick very good, you can use this technique. And Kyle saw it in the horsepower. Don't give too much away. But I think I'm going to post that on the gram, Kyle. I will end up with a bunch of messages that say it doesn't work, and that's fine because when you watch the video, it 100% works. So if anybody says it doesn't work, I'll say, sure it does. Look. It works right there. How can you tell me it doesn't work? But there will be people that tell me it doesn't work. which is fine. That's what you want. Rage bait. Rage bait. Burns, it was the little square bill one that I painted like that we did a month or so ago. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but it wasn't a micro. It was just kind of like a small 2-inch bait, maybe. Let's see if I can pull it up. Wix. Let's see. Store products. It was the Mini Mac and the 1.0. He was throwing the 1.0. I could probably dig you up a better picture if I can find it in my, what is that, Bagley's. I think it was three drops back. Burns, why are we not focused? All right, there it is. Doesn't help. Does that look familiar? Sorry, I just exposed his juice. But what was I talking about? Oh, Burnsies to paint next. Finished Eric's. Now I got these Jackals to do and some Chapos. The dude was nice enough to open the packs and take the hooks off for me. I didn't realize he did that. That was very kind. We have options. Do y'all want little or big? I have both. I like the little ones and I like the big ones. It's just a matter of at which point you want to get them. But you're going to get them eventually. But which ones do you want sooner? Actually, Dustin, this bait I hold in my hand is very similar to the 1.0, and it's just a little smaller. And it's got this little mini mini mid diver to go with it. That's the smaller ones. It is a juice 0.5. I would say that's a good way to describe it. A juiced 0.5. Let's see. We have Hellcats. We got the regular Hellcat, and then we got a Mega Cat. The Mega Cat. That one's cool. So that's an option. Bring on the cats. Y'all want kitties? So you can do either two of those. So we got options. We won't show these. We'll keep those for later. I have I got these too. I got to get done. The Mini Mac. The Mini Mac and the Ristos. These will be good. I'm going to do these in like December when it's cold. I've been hanging on to those to do in like a crawl or something. Like a hot mustardy something. The Mega Cat is a Bossa B3, but the length of a B2. No, it's more flat. It's not really flat, but kind of. It's like the shape of a B2, but it's like oversized. It's like exaggerated because it's short. Like a B3. Pull out. There's a B3. Yeah, it's like a short B3. But maybe a smidge. Yeah, it's like a chopped off B3. Where's the back go? That's not them. Okay. Put my B back where it belongs. I don't know which ones to do. The little, I'll probably do the little ones. Jeremy, I did that. I wouldn't say completely, but just shoulders, a little color on the shoulder and like a dark back. It's pretty. It looks good. And I've caught quite a few fish, but on like just a top water that's raw balsa, because it's about as good of a bone color as you can get. Like, it's a beautiful bone. Like, even sometimes if I paint one of these like bone, it matches the wood. What did I do with your personal baits? I mailed them to you. I mailed you those 4 you wanted in citrus and faded dolphin. Those should have been at your house by now. You didn't get those because it had Dustin Taylor's wood bait in it. His Hellcat. Look at that. Let's look that up. When did I mail it? Last week. Marty Burns. Oh, damn it. I gotta sign into this thing. Let's see. Did you hate it when you have like one password you always use, and then you sign up for something and their password requires like one more digit than what you're used to, than what your actual password uses? Dude, everything has a confirmation now. It's like, confirm everything. It says delivered October 16th. Were they in your mailbox builder, dude? Or on your porch? Oh, it was today. How about that? Took their sweet ass time. I want to see where they went. See all tracking history. That's what I want to see. All right. Holy crap. So they went out the 7th. That I shipped them the 7th. USPS scanned them on the 10th. So they sat around for 3 days before they ever got scanned. Then they left. They went to Nashville, made it to Nashville on the 11th. Then they made it to Memphis. And then they made it to Little Rock. And then from Little Rock, they made it to Benton. And then they went to Conway. And then they went to Little Rock. Maumelle, back to Little Rock. Benton, out for delivery. So they shipped it all around Arkansas. Pretty dumb. But yeah, pretty pathetic. So what colors? 1, 2, 1, 2. You know what else sucks about these old jackals is when you mask the lips sometime, and you take the masking off after you paint them, it'll pull the clear coat off the bill, and then you're left with like a shitty looking bill, or you're just left with a lip that like has a piece of clear coat come off of it. It's really a pain in the ass. Get your shit together, jackal. I've not watched it, but has anybody seen Milliken saying, "Oh, buddy cheated at the Ultimate Angler," or was that his normal clickbait? I mean, I doubt anybody cheated. It's probably clickbait. Who's Mike? Mike or no? Can't keep up with my needs. Oh, you would think there would be a somebody would just step in and be like, you know what, I can take over everyone's lip needs. How many guys you think out there need lips, Builder Dude? Good for you, Frank. Stay strong. Stay strong. We need to not promote the negative Nancy's out there, even though I can be negative at times. Like, the only reason they do that is because it gets clicks. But if people don't click on it, and they're like, you know what, as a group, as a people, we're sick of all this shit. I'm only watching videos with friendly titles. Exactly, Frank. That's the problem. We don't need any more negativity. We can create just as much negativity on our own. We don't need our YouTube videos to be negative. We need happy thoughts. That's why I don't watch fucking horror movies, or like, you know, war movies. Like, I don't need like any darker shit in my brain for entertainment. Like, I want to watch something funny. I don't care if it's stupid. Like, I watch Happy Gilmore 6 or whatever it is. Like, I just need, I just want to watch something that brings me joy. I know, like, scary shit some brings people joy, but not me personally. I like to laugh when I'm down. A mistake. You're probably right, Dustin. I think a mistake. I have not done a Burns and a mistake. They might think you're gay if you sound too positive. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it depends on your tone. Haven't watched a horror movie in 10 years. No, I couldn't get into them. Like, they didn't. like I said, I didn't need that. You know what I mean? Like, you get home, you're like dealing with whatever shit that everybody deals with, and you get home, like, let's sit down on the couch and shoot my anxiety through the roof, and like have a bunch of creepy shit haunt my thoughts, and like visuals like just get etched in my brain of creepy shit, and like stuff jump out and scare me, and I'm gonna do that to unwind. Jeremy, I could see that. I could see that. What was the last good horror movie? Jeremy, what do you think? We are married. We live a horror movie every day. I always watch horror movies. A young Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween is super hot, not scary. I can see that. I can see that. Jamie Lee was pretty hot back in the day. So, Little Rich, you watch the horror movies for the horror babes. E.T. is a horror movie. The fucker like in the tent in the inn, like dying. Yeah, that's horrific. That's horrific. People could also claim Neverending Story, when the horse is drowning. It's a pretty horrific scene. Builder Dude, I'll fill you in on a little something. Probably shouldn't, but you can probably figure it out. So when I was painting the gill plate on one of your baits, there was something stuck to my stencil, and when I put it on the side of the bait, it stuck. And if you notice something extra on that gill, that's how I covered it up. Hello, Tom. Think of the trauma the old Disney movies gave us. There was some. Nail polish, Frank the Tank. Super glue work. Might not look as pretty. 13 Ghosts. I don't know what 13 Ghosts is. Let's look it up. Y'all like yeah, I'm watching the preview. It looks pretty creepy. 2001. Wow, that's old. Oh, it had the chick from American Pie in it. No wonder y'all liked it. So, if you're a horror movie fan, what are your thoughts on Rob Zombie's movies? Nail polish will not fix a bridge embankment. No. Thing to do in high school was take mushrooms and go watch crazy movies. The scary ones were the craziest. Clay, y'all were wild, dude. I didn't hang out with that crowd. Hey, TK, you want to come over to my house and eat mushrooms and watch 13 Ghosts? No, I'm good. I'm going to go bass fishing. I'm going to go crank my hog. Rob Zombie does horror well, but not scary. Rob does good movies. Like this Halloween. I know. I feel like people are some people like his shit, and a lot of people don't. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the genre as a whole, so I can't really comment on if they're good or not. I'll tell you a movie I watched that really, it was probably the last like creepy movie. Yes, The Hills Have Eyes. I watched that and I don't remember where I was, but or why I was watching it, but I decided, oh yeah, let's watch this shit. And it was the part where they were like looking across the like mountain, and then they went down into the little town, and like all the creepy people were like in the house, and they're like sitting in the rocking chair and shit. Uh, wasn't a fan of that. uh, I need the good gummies. I do not need the good gummies. I don't need gummies. I grew up where The Hills Have Eyes take place. How did that make you feel, Clay? I live where the hills have eyes. Jeremy says the hills in my neighborhood actually have eyes as well. Tripping shrooms and fish is crazy. I peaked Candyman when I was like 5 and messed me up for a long time. Dude, I like had this guilty pleasure where like when I was a kid, you'd go through the like Blockbuster, and you're trying to get to the new releases, and you're like, rather than just walk through the middle, I'm gonna go on the outskirts of town, and I'm gonna go to the creepy section, and you like kind of take a peek at some of the like dark imagery. But you don't want to look too close, but you just kind of like. Bobby, it needs to stay that way. No taps. Screw a tap. I'm putting money on it. Within 50 miles of me, there is a buried body somewhere that no one knows about. Probably accurate. The only person who's seen Dee Snider's Strangeland. I remember him. I remember that movie. I definitely never saw it. I remember seeing clips of him in that movie. Is that a confession? I will bet you $1 million with a round lip. It's kind of like a big medium diving hickey. Most chicks you've dated love horror movies. I don't know what that says about the chicks you date. It sounds like you have a type, a definitive type. Bobby does have to tell his ghost story. Don't let me forget that, Bobby. It's coming up. It's coming up. Should we do that next week? Should we do the ghost stories next week? A skeeter pattern. Uh-oh. I will say, I think the big ones, I would definitely be interested in a like a big bodied hickey shape with like a shorter mid diving lip. I could get behind that. I like the profile. I just don't like the long, slender tap style. I don't like that. Horror movies close deals. Been that way since The beginning of time. I would not line up anywhere to see The Exorcist. I saw bits and pieces of Poltergeist as a kid. Don't know how. It was pretty horrific. Let's see this 13 Ghost preview. Okay. It's the guy from Scooby Doo. This is like this looks like this is like the Judge Dredd of horror movies. We're in the middle of a machine powered by the dead. I mean, that looks pretty creepy. That looks pretty creepy. I couldn't handle Poltergeist 2 and had to make my mom and brother leave halfway through. Sam, good for you. Stand up for yourself. This shit sucks. I'm leaving. Screamed out loud during Jurassic Park in the theaters. I want to see that new one. I just saw that there's a new one coming out, or it came out, Jurassic World or whatever they call it. But there's a new one with some weird looking. It looks like a damn manatee with like two T-Rex arms. It's kind of a stupid looking dinosaur. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all seen that preview? Clay, you saw the new Jurassic Park with the little hand manatee? The Beam was watching a show, and the preview for that came on. Or no, it wasn't a preview. Maybe it was like a toy that was like that went with that movie. And I said, "Damn, I haven't seen that. I need to see that." The chick with the box screwed in her head is crazy. Is that on 13 Ghosts? Edward and Xavier went to see the new one and they loved it. Good. I'll have to see that one. I'll have to see that one. Is it out yet for like people who don't go to movie theaters? New Jurassic World. Kid wanted to see it and fell asleep an hour before it came on. It's called Rebirth. Is that the new one? Rebirth. Premiered on June 17th. Okay. Well, when can I watch it at home? I read that shit. I'll rent that shit tonight. It's probably on Disney Plus. Don't they have all those? It's on Peacock, October 30th. Son of a bitch. Ugh. Comedy movies fell off. I love a good late night comedy, and now they all suck. Yeah. You just got to watch the old goodies. Despicable Me, Crows. Damn, Builder Dude. I didn't have any clue. Now we're getting the juice from Builder Dude. These stupid fucking superhero movies. How many can you make? No normal movies with good stories get made anymore. Yeah, nobody has to make movies anymore. Like nobody has to use their brains anymore. Because they just rehash old stuff. Like, I don't know. There's a few things I'd like to see remade. And then sometimes when they redo it, it's horrific. Like I was looking baby wanted to watch Willy Wonka. And I was looking for it, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came up. And I thought to myself, I remember trying to watch this when it came out and thinking how horrible it is. Let me watch the preview and see if it's as horrible as I recall. Watch the preview, made it through like 10 seconds, and I was like, this is trash. This is trash. So it was horrible. Yeah, that's kind of what they've done with the superhero movies. Like they've got so many of them, like you can't. I don't know how people keep up with them. You know what I mean? Because they like go in some sort of like you don't know if they're like an adaptation or like a sequel to another one, or if they're like different, or if they all like go together. It's just I don't know. It's very confusing. I don't like Kevin Hart either. Pauly Shore is hilarious. I could watch Son-in-Law indefinitely. That's to me. That was peak Pauly Shore. There are some good cartoon movies that are out. Quoting the grandpa from Son-in-Law. Buff bro like Crawl. Getting wheezed on by a scumbag like you. Like you just chill. Buff bro like Crawl. What a great name. Crawl. Because that's a tongue twister. Because it's how I always got home. In the Army now, Encino Man. Encino Man was good. Biodome was pretty good. Jury Duty. I never got into Lord of the Rings. I never watched Lord of the Rings. They were too long. I couldn't sit there that long. It pushed my limits. I like Star Wars, obviously. They butchered those though. After George Lucas original 3. So all the Sauls. I saw Saw. Saw to me just makes you tense. You know what I mean? You just sit there and you're just like, do something, you idiot. Which I don't like when you just have like dumb people. Ben Stiller. You know, it's a great kids Ben Stiller movie is Night at the Museum. Great movie. Grumpy Old Men's my favorite movie of all time. That and The Great Outdoors. Probably Grumpy Old Men takes the top seat. Very closely behind it is Great Outdoors. Tropic Thunder. I never got into Tropic Thunder. I'll tell you the shit I like. Scary Movie 2. That shit will make me laugh like a damn schoolgirl. All right, Clay. Take it easy, brother. Have fun out there. Catch you a bank striper. What do I have? Oh, look. In my DVD player on my computer behind me, Uncle Buck in The Great Outdoors. I didn't tell y'all that story. So when we go out to Kansas deer hunting, there's no like cable or TV or like, even if we brought one of those digital antennas that you plug in and it's supposed to pull channels. There's not even that. Like there's not even any TV channels that you can suck out of the air. But there's a DVD player, and we bring a DVD player to have something to watch on TV. There's a big tube TV with a VHS player built in, but we brought a DVD player and DVDs to watch. So I brought my Grumpy Old Men. No, yeah, I think it was I brought them both, but I can't remember which one it was. It was either Grumpy Old Men or The Great Outdoors. I think it was Grumpy Old Men. And we got there the first night. I'm like, all right, well, let's put a show on. So I got my Grumpy Old Men DVD case up, and I opened it, and someone had removed my Grumpier Old Men DVD, and they had replaced it with Malibu's Most Wanted. Dude, the rage filled my body. My other hand's too weak. Grab my little hand. Grab my little hand. Dude, that movie's so damn funny. That movie. I mean, that movie, as far as like joy it brings me, might be in my like top 5 movies. That shit is hilarious. Anything the Wayans brothers do, I feel like those guys trip me out. Big Bear, chase me. Big Bear. Big's great movie. Big was kind of creepy. Big Bear. Uncle Buck, the line from that trips me out is when the girl sneaks out and she goes to the party and she's with Bug. And John Candy, Uncle Buck, is out in his car in the trunk, and he's got his hatchet. And the guy walks out there. He's like, I think he says, "What is that?" He talks about he said, "I like to keep it real sharp." He's got his hatchet. He says, "I like to keep it real sharp, sharp enough to circumcise a gnat." Wait a minute. Bug, gnat, goggle. Oh, what a great movie. Gone Fishing. Is that with Billy Ray Cyrus? I have that on DVD. My mom gave it to me because it was like the only fishing movie ever created besides Grumpy Old Men. Uh, uh, I think he had it out there at that point, Bobby. I haven't seen Uncle Buck in a while. My memory is not as tuned on Uncle Buck. I just remember I like to keep it real sharp, sharp enough to circumcise a gnat. No, Gone Fishing. What's the one? Bait Shop is the one with Billy Ray Cyrus. I never saw Gone Fishing. I know I've heard the Danny Glover quote from that, but I don't know that I ever watched Gone Fishing. I know the cover. Is it worth watching? Bait Shop. What a terrible movie. Hot Rod Johnson. Uncle Buck. Let's see if I can find the drill scene from Uncle Buck. 9 minutes. No, I don't want 9 minutes. Oh yeah, I guess they're fooling around in the bedroom. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hit the wrong button. He drills the doorknob out. Uh, Wrong girl, bro. That's fine. Oh, John Candy, he was great. John Candy was great. So I don't need to see Gone Fishing. It was terrible. I'm really pissed that Jurassic Park it now. Let's see. Is Gone Fishing a good movie? Sloppy, formulaic, and unfunny. Gone Fishing marks a painful low point in the careers of its two talented leads. That doesn't sound good. It was filmed in the Everglades in Florida and in Beaufort, South Carolina. So if you see any locations in there that look fishy, they're in Florida and South Carolina. Here's a quarter. Go downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face. It's worth watching, though. It's worth watching, even though it's the low point of the two lead actors. Burns, I was definitely a massive fan of the. I didn't get into Ferris Bueller. I liked 16 Candles. That's probably top five movie of all time. Uh, I love 16 Candles. No more Yankee my wanky. The donger need food. Long duck dong. I know people love Ferris Bueller. I could never get into it. I could never get into it. Like I appreciated it, but I didn't like. I can't. I like. I don't like crave to watch it. Like I could sit down and watch 16 Candles right now and like. I'd love. Porkies. Don't forget, we're leaving out a huge combo 80s, 90s classics. One being Revenge of the Nerds, the second being Police Academy. Those are some pretty good films. Nerds. I need to pull all my DVDs out and see what I got. DK thinks Goonies was no. I loved Goonies. I watched Goonies a lot. Probably an obsessive amount. I've probably seen Goonies a couple hundred times. We've got Bush. Man, what a great movie. Booger. Lambda, and Omega Moo. Yeah, I never could get into Monty Python either, but National Lampoons was all funny. Hot Shots, like whenever they did, what was that guy's name? Leslie Nielsen. He was pretty funny. The Sandlot, definite classic. Lawless. I have to add it to the movies to watch when I don't watch movies. Let's see. You know, I say all this like I don't like serious dramatic movies. You know what movie I used to watch all the time when I was in college? Gangs of New York. And that movie is stupid long. But for whatever reason, I loved it. That was when I used to sit around and just watch Gangs of New York, Gladiator, in that era. Are you not entertained? Bill the Butcher. Yeah. They say, what's his name? Last of Mohicans guy, Bill the Butcher. He like retired from acting. He was supposedly he came out of retirement to be in another film recently. Blow's great movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, that's him. Yeah. That's him. Bill the Butcher. What a great character. Lawless. All right, I'll add it to the list. I never saw Shawshank Redemption or Goodfellas. or Donnie Brasco. What's the movie at the school where they're all in detention? Burns will know. Breakfast Club? Is that it? Yeah, Breakfast Club. That was a good one. Man, there was so many good movies from back then. You're right. Last 20 years of movies have fucking sucked. Like I need to ask my nephew, like, dude, in the last 10 years, because he's like 16, like in the last 10 years, what movies do you remember that are like you'll look back on and from your childhood and be like, these are badass? There's the wife. Hello. Can I call you back in a second? Okay. Summer school. Is summer school an oldie or a newie? '87. I like that. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. What's his name? Mark Harmon. He reminds me of the guy from Double Dare, the host. Caddyshack. Mark Summers. You know, Mark Summers had crazy OCD. Dustin, I had a buddy when I was in Austin that was obsessed with the movie Red. Obsessed. And like, I was over at his house and I was like, let's watch it. And he was like, we can't. I'm like, why? And he's like, it's got to be right. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Let's just watch the stupid fucking movie. And he's like, no, it has to be the right time. Okay, whatever. Spaceballs 2, Spaceballs 1. Definitely own that one. I see you have the ring, and your Schwartz is as big as mine. Let's see how you handle it. What a great movie. Spaceballs. May the Schwartz be with you. Old school, yeah. It started that kind of genre movie. But I feel like that was in the scary movie era. There were some decent ones that came out. There were some decent ones. Dodgeball was very funny. Thanks to Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller was responsible for a lot of movies being funny. Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to do Spaceballs 2. Do they have a preview of it yet? Mel Brooks made a movie starring a piece of shit. I would watch it. Oh, how old is Mel Brooks, dude? That son of a bitch is hilarious. It's supposed, dude. He might not even live through it. No, he's not even. He didn't even write it. Written by Josh Gad, Benji Samit, and Dan Hernandez. Mel Brooks makes a cameo, I'm guessing. Rick Moranis in his first live action role in 30 years. Okay. Okay, they do add in the second part. It adds Mel Brooks as a writer. They didn't list him in the intro in the beginning. Rick Moranis claimed in a 2013 interview that he and Mel Brooks had discussed a potential sequel to Spaceballs, with Moranis pitching the title Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2. I think that's what makes that shit so funny. It's like, it's so dumb, like it outdumbs themselves to where you can't even like fathom the dumbness. Absurdity is, I guess, what makes it so funny. Spaceballs 2. Brooks said it may be called Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. It's up to Mel. Ask him if he has too much money, and that's why he doesn't do it. In 2024, it was announced by Amazon MGM Studios that a direct sequel to Spaceballs was in development. Okay. Principal photography began on September 16th, 2025 in Sydney, with Jeff Cutter serving as the cinematographer. So a month ago, they started principal photography for Spaceballs 2. That's good. Hello, my sweet. Sorry, I had to get off the phone abruptly. I was here. All right, I saw Happy Gilmore too. I thought it was funny. Like I don't think it like it wasn't a great sequel, but it was just like an homage to Happy Gilmore. I feel like that's all it was. I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. You may tell you a movie that creeped me out a little bit as a kid was that duck movie with the duck. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd's character was creepy. Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. Amy, how'd you know that? Did you watch Howard the Duck? Howard the Duck was weird. What happens to the guy? Does he melt? Yeah, I didn't like Howard the Duck. Hell, Howard the Duck was creepy looking. They wasted a ton on Howard the Duck. Young Guns is great. Tombstone, top 5. I think my top 5 is full. Howard the Duck has a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy. Never seen it. Little Shop of Horrors or The Purple People Eater. I saw. Wasn't Rick was in Little Shop of Horrors? I think I saw that. I think I saw that one. trying to think any other kids movies that had creepy scenes in them. Howard the Duck, Roger Rabbit had. I feel like Roger Rabbit had a couple little creepy scenes. Gremlins. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. We don't even need to talk about Gremlins. I'm still scarred by Gremlins. It didn't help that in the when they're trying to get Stripe and they're going through the store and they're walking down the aisles and there's like all the stuffed animals lined up on the aisle and then Stripe like peeks out from behind them. So in my closet as a kid, all my childhood stuffed animals are lined up on this shelf in the top. And when I say this shit scared me as a kid, like it terrified me. And like I didn't want to go in my closet because I saw all those like stuffed animals. And I'm like, fucking Stripe's up there, dude. He's in there. He's in there. My mom's like, get dressed. I'm like, no. Get my clothes. Get my clothes out of the closet and I'll get dressed. I'm not going in my closet. Critters. I remember Critters. Critters was kind of funny though. Like I think I saw it later. But I think my mom took me because she claims that it was marketed as a children's movie because it was Disney, I guess. And she took me to the theaters, and I don't think we stayed very long. That's why you hate the corner of Stuffies. Is probably accurate. Ghoulies. Oh, dude. Frank, speaking of walking through later DT, later walking through the aisle at Blockbuster, I remember seeing like I was always fixated on the Ghoulies because it was coming out of the toilet and had his little green arms. That would creep me out a little bit. Not enough to not take a dump, but it creeped me out. Always trying to get rid of the stack of Stuffies. Yes, I want the stack gone because I have trauma. And I still think that Stripe could be hiding in the pile. That creeped me out big time. Dude, but the thing about it is like in that era, that was like the golden age of like creepy stuff that wasn't crazy creepy. You know what I mean? Like they had like I feel like now all the movies are like they're either insanely gory or like they're like demonic or something like very extreme. Like I feel like late 80s there was like a sweet spot of like just a little bit kind of creepy movies. You know who the real Chucky was? The Problem Child. Did y'all watch that movie? I used to love those movies for whatever reason. Google Fuzz Bucket. Okay. Okay, I'll do it. I'll take that challenge. Ugh. Ugh. It's like Harry and the Hendersons, but real creepy looking. What is that creature? It's like a rat man. Yeah, I'm not down with Fuzz Bucket. But you know what? Fuzz Bucket sounds like a great bait name. All right, so this might. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I do hate Alf. So there was a movie, or wasn't a movie, it was a TV series, and it came on like ABC or something. And it it was it was called The Storyteller, and they were always different. And it was Jim Henson did the characters for it. And it was like the perfect amount of creepy, where it was very dark and it was creepy, but it wasn't terrifying. But if you're curious and you like that kind of like I was obsessed with Labyrinth as a kid, and I love the Neverending Story and Goonies and all that kind of shit. But I really love Labyrinth and the Jim Henson style. I didn't like Dark Crystal or whatever it was, but I love Labyrinth. But if you watch the story, I think there might be episodes on YouTube. Check out The Storyteller. AJ, do you remember? Are you old enough to remember the Storyteller program that used to come on like ABC or something? And Jim Henson did it. Amy, get off of here and sit in a quiet house. Oh, that's the worst, dude. It is Jim Henson. Seems like something you'd know. Great show. Great series. It's it never gets talked about either. Like it's like the brilliant television series that never is spoken of now. The Storyteller. That's the worst. I've done that a few times where you rush home and you're like, "Daddy's home." Nobody's home, and you're like, "Well, what the hell do I do now? Like, what do I do now?" Came home to see the kids and the wife. Nobody's here. Where are they at? The first Kermit was made out of Jim's mom's old coat. That is a good. That sounds like a. That sounds like a good. Who wants to be a millionaire question? Dress the girls up in gremlin costumes. Please don't. Jeremy, I feel like anytime I do that, I'm like, oh, let me go like play guitar real loud. As soon as I get like the amp fired up and cranked up, I hear like footsteps running. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. Gotta go feed my two gremlins. All right, me too. I gotta go home. It's 5 o'clock. All right, everybody watch. Everybody go home. Like, subscribe, and watch The Storyteller if you can find it. Adios. Adios, boys. No gremlins.